Hello, I'm Max Balegde.
Yeah, he is. And I'm George Clarke, and welcome to the Useless Hotline.
Woo!
This just in, TikTok wasn't working out for us, so we decided to set up our own little business. Over to you, Max.
Yes, we did. Thank you very much, George. And the Useless Hotline is a place where we help you with your queries, no matter how weird, disgusting, or embarrassing they are.
But it won't always just be us. Some weeks we'll be joined by a special guest. Not this week. It is just myself and Max in the studio. Coming up later in the show, we have things such as this, Max.
So we're going to be talking about the fact that George just did the Sidemen charity match and he's just been announced for Inside Season 2. But before that, I just want to take a second to say, George, you just did the Sidemen charity match, and now you've just been announced for Sidemen Season 2. Oh, shit. George, you just did the Sidemen... George, you just did the Sidemen charity match, and now you've just been announced for Inside Season 2.
Yeah! Oh, my God. Oh, shit, that was loud.
Oh,
yeah.
that was way louder than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, my God.
Oh, woo! Oh my God.
Yeah, that really hurt my ears.
Thank God I didn't aim that at you. Jesus Christ. But
Wow.
woo!
Yeah, thanks.
God, this is a lot to clean up.
Fun story. Do you know why we have those gold ones?
From the tour?
Yeah, so me and Andrew had a plot to surprise you guys on stage. But then
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but then we found out the cleaning fee and we said,
Ah,
maybe
right,
not.
okay.
God,
yes.
my ears are still, I feel like I've been flashbang.
That was
was
really,
insane.
really loud. Yeah, it won't burst the... No, everything will be fine. Well done. Very proud of you.
Thanks.
Oh my God. I got to go and watch you in Wembley Stadium.
Yeah, you watched the whole thing.
Oh, well, yeah.
You did watch the whole thing, right?
What are you talking about?
You watched the whole match, right?
Yeah, all of it. I remember every match part, all the grass and the ash. There was ash. The grass isn't real, I've found. I only know that because I watched the whole match and they explain at the end.
The grass isn't real.
Yes, it's AstroTurf that they use on the pitch.
Wait, it's grass.
So, that's what I mean.
What the hell are you even talking about?
No, I really enjoyed the entire thing. I feel like it was amazing to watch. Yeah. Okay, I have a confession to make. Oh! First of all,
go on. What happened, Max?
First of all,
what happened?
I do not like being in large crowds and also waiting for a very long time to get Ubers. So I made the executive decision to leave 3 minutes before the match hit 90 minutes because it was looking like not much else was going to happen. I was also very much under the impression that George had been taken off. And
may I quickly interject?
Yes, please do. And please be kind.
Last episode, you said, "Oh, I only watch football because I love penalties." I love the penalties. What was the score when you left? 8-8.
Yeah.
When do you go to penalties?
I don't know.
After a draw.
Actually, in Max's defence, because I saw him just before he left, I think it was 7-8.
It was because
Incorrect. It was 8-8.
No, he didn't. He didn't leave 3 minutes before.
No,
90
I
minutes.
didn't.
He lied just now. I don't know why he said that. He left
Wait, when was it then?
It was
like 10 minutes before. Yeah.
Or maybe even a little bit more.
It was about, so I left about 10 minutes before it
You would
finished.
have left just before a goal went in to make it 8-8 then.
But
Yes,
equally,
yes.
I saw you get taken off the pitch, and then Callum came, and we were chatting, and I was like, oh, George isn't even on the pitch anymore, like, what's the point of me even being here? And then is when we're like, oh, should we book an Uber? Like, probably nothing else is going to happen, really. Then, unbeknownst to me, you suddenly get brought back on. Why the hell that happened? I didn't even know that was a thing. I thought, like, if you get taken off, it's because someone else is coming on. So, I don't understand the rules. I don't know.
People have been going off and on the whole match.
But you were on it for, like a full hour. So I just assumed, why would they bring you back on?
Because otherwise the team would have gone to absolute shit.
So I basically was under the impression George is off. The only reason I'm watching it is obviously to watch you. So I was like, right, well, I'm going to leave like 10 minutes before, get in my Uber, go. As we leave Wembley Stadium, Callum texts saying George has just scored. And I was literally like, I was like, no, he's lying to us. I was like, I genuinely did not believe it. So I was like,
he was like, are you joking? I was like, no, not joking.
I was certain. I was like, he's just doing it because he knows that we've just left. And I just said like, oh well, I'm not going to miss anything else now. George has literally been taken off the pitch, like whatever. And then he texted that, and I was like, surely not. Like that's just not possible. Like you're not even on the pitch. And then I googled it and
checked Twitter and stuff.
Yes, and then it came up, and I was literally there, Maisie. I was. Oh, she can't hear me. I was having a mental breakdown. I was so annoyed at myself. I was like, and then by the time that we got to where our Uber was, we still had to wait for like an hour anyway because it lied to us and said that it was going to be there and it wasn't. So I was actually devastated. Like I was so frustrated. And when I say the only reason, obviously, that I went there was to watch you play football, to which I got to do, and I very much enjoyed. I had a lovely time. YouTube invited me. I was so grateful. Had the absolute best time, to be honest with you. Best time I've ever had at a football match. Had a little sign for you.
Yeah,
would
so?
scream, cheer every time that you got the ball. And even then I was like, George, you explained to me beforehand you're in the midfield position.
Well, I was actually, I only played midfield. I think I came on at the very start. When I first came on, I came on a midfield, and then I immediately dropped back to centre-back. And then I played centre-back the whole game until I came on at the end for the last 10 minutes where I was in midfield again.
Well, wait, so I thought midfield was like the middle of the pitch, or is it?
Yeah.
So, but centre-back is even further. Because I
Centre-back's
did
at the
notice
back.
that you were like defending a lot.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So even more reason for me to think like I've watched what George is going to be doing. Like in my mind, I was like, why would George be in a position to score a goal now? Like I didn't even know, to be honest with you, that penalties meant it's like a draw. I didn't even think that far through, to be honest with you. And even then, I was like, George just got taken off. Even if they are doing penalties, he won't be doing a penalty. So I was like, oh, I've literally watched. I remember I even
Why do you
was even
assume I wouldn't be doing a penalty?
because I don't know how penalties work. I assume it's just the people that are on the pitch. I don't know.
Well,
I don't freaking know.
It's the people on the pitch. But to be fair, I don't know if that's how it works in the charity games. Yeah, I'm sure you could.
Well, long story short, I was absolutely. If you could describe, if a human being could look like an emotion, mine would be anger, frustration, devastation. When I found out that you scored basically the minute that I left the arena, I actually couldn't believe it. But I'm so proud of you.
Thanks.
I was there.
I mean, it wasn't a great goal.
It's still a goal. A win's a win.
It was.
Should we react to the goal right now?
Yes, I actually want to.
It was such a bad goal.
So Max, have you seen the goal yet?
I have seen the goal, but I only
Okay.
saw it in like a blurry video on Twitter, so I've not properly seen it.
So Ginge had just put in an incredible tackle, and it's gone out for a corner. So Tobe jizzles on it. Let's see the time. Only a minute and a half to go. He whips it in. Ginge completely misses it. And who's there on the back post?
Yay!
It's George. Although I was so confused, I didn't see that Ginge had like nicked it and it had gone over. So it would have gone in as an own goal. I thought it went straight from Toby, and I stole the goal off him. But I also didn't know if it had crossed the line or not.
So that's why you're pointing at it.
So the whole time I'm like, oh, it's Toby's.
Oh, bless
and
you.
I was going like, is that mine or yours? I was like so confused.
This angle's really good. You can see a lot clearer.
Right, okay. Oh, yeah. Yay!
So I believe
Oh
they
my
say.
god!
Yeah, so
right,
he
okay.
just
Ginge
like
does
slightly
get
touches it.
Oh.
And then
So my obviously limited football knowledge here, but in that circumstance, if you did not touch it, it would have just been an own goal. Which, does that give you a point anyway?
well, yeah, it would have been a goal, but it would have just gone down as Ginger's goal. And
Yes, but because it would have been an own goal, does that give you a point?
yeah, we still get a goal.
Right,
but it would
okay.
have been an own
But
goal.
you... I mean,
The team
also...
gets the goal. but-
Yeah.
Yeah. But who's to say even... Obviously, it looked like it was going in, but it could have... The wind could have picked up at the last minute, and it could have not
I don't know.
even gone in.
I think it might have gone in off the post.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Off the
But-
post, though, it could have gone either way.
Yeah, it could
Yeah,
have bounced
I
out.
don't know. I think it was.
No, do you know what? I was there. It was very, very windy that day.
Yeah.
I don't know how heavy the balls were, but my expert football knowledge, I personally think that Ginger's goal would have not even gone in. So if it was not for you, then they would have won. overall.
But,
So
yeah,
in my eyes, you won the match.
Also a thing that's actually quite funny. So Will was obviously playing with a GoPro on his chest.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't obviously, I guess, but he was playing with a GoPro on his chest, and he comes over to me. I was at the edge of the box. He comes over to me and goes, like, oh, does it go to extra time and then penalties, or just to penalties? And I said, oh, you won't have to worry about that, mate. Watch this. And then, Toby crosses it in, and I scored.
Oh my god!
And I completely forgot about that until he was speaking. We were speaking afterwards, and he was saying about like, oh yeah, I wanted to get this video out and stuff. And I was like, oh shit, I forgot that you have. So I really hope that.
Oh my god, that's got to be in.
That'd be so. It's so funny.
That's incredible.
And yeah, but then Theo just scored immediately after.
Yeah, so, yes.
Which I'm happy he did. But, I mean, obviously it would have been sick to get the winning goal.
Yeah.
But I think in terms of the quote-unquote script, like, the way that the game played out, there was everything. There was Speed's first goal, which I played quite a hand in, actually.
Did you? What happened?
I handballed it.
Yes,
it gave
I
him
did
a penalty,
see that. Yeah.
Which really pissed me off, actually.
Oh. Oh, well.
And at the time, I was like, oh, I swear I put it in front of my face. I just didn't.
Oh.
The hand was like there.
There's a lot going on. Who can blame you?
But yeah, so Speed's first goal, he also assisted. Kai Cenat got a goal. Logan got a goal. Wow. Josh got his first goal.
See, I knew the lore behind this, so I felt emotional when he did it.
Generally, the whole first half was just like Sketch was pulling off some insane saves.
Honestly, the amount of times that it's called Josh Zerka.
Yeah.
The amount of times that he literally nearly got it in, and then that little bloody guy was just jumping like somersaults. Like, I couldn't believe how good he was at repeatedly catching it.
It was like he was exclusively trying to save Josh's shots, because he was letting in them from like Joe and Logan and like Toby went like near post. Every shot that Josh took, he'd like jump and catch it, or like insane things. There was the one that came over the top. Josh headed it on, and it fell perfectly for him. And that would have been one of, if not the best charity match goal, and it would have been his first goal. And we were all on the sideline like,
I couldn't believe it.
When I came on the pitch, I looked at him and I was like, "You are getting a goal today." And literally everybody on the pitch was like, "He's going to get one. Like, this is insane." And then it was just really cute when he got his goal. And
so
ran it. Oh, he was really good that match. Who else was good? Mark Rober. I don't know if you know who Mark Rober is.
No, I don't think so.
He's an ex-NASA scientist who makes like engineering sort of like cool sciencey videos.
And he was in the match.
Have you ever seen the Porch Pirates video where they go to steal a package, they pull it up, and it spins around, the glitter goes everywhere?
Is that him?
That's him. He makes them.
Oh my god, I love those, and it does the fart spray.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love him.
Yeah. So he was there. He was the guy with the headband on. He used to play football when he was a kid. Oh, wow. He's an American guy, but he's actually like very good at very decent at football.
Yeah.
But yeah, our back line I feel like wasn't fantastic.
What's that mean?
So our defence, where me and Harry were at the first half, I feel like both of us are okay at football. We understand it to a level.
I mean, you did score at Wembley, so I mean, in my eyes, you're above average. But whatever, carry on.
But yeah. So if a ball was like, we could sort of just speak to our. So you know how offside works, right?
I do now.
Yeah. So we were
but
like,
remind me.
We were like everybody. So the ball, if the opposition is behind or ahead of the last man,
and it's like 3/4 way down the pitch, isn't it?
Well, it doesn't have to be any. It's only after the halfway line is when it comes into effect.
Right.
So when the last man, if the attacker is behind the last man as the ball is played, then they're offside.
It's essentially stopping, like everyone being on this part of the pitch, one person going there, getting the ball kicked to them and scoring.
Yeah.
Is that like
basically that's like the sort of reason? Yeah.
Right.
But
oh my god, I'm so
me and Harry were like, right, everyone's staying like the same line, and we were sort of doing it because we both just spoke to the fullback next to us and went like, stay up, because if they stay back, that brings the whole line back, which means an attacker can stand higher up.
Of course.
But the second half, Harry wasn't there.
Where was he?
I don't know where he was. I think he was he was a midfielder part of it. But it was like Randolph or like Jason and JME was there as well. He for some reason went gallivanting off into the midfield. So we had a fantastic team, and I think we played very well. But it was a slight challenge defending. Hence, I was just doing shuttle runs the whole game.
No, but I feel like from obviously my perspective, you were constantly in there every single time that something went to your side. You were always the one that like caught it, got it, kicked it back out the way. I was like obviously slowly gaining an understanding of what your role is in the game, because at the beginning I was like, why is George not running like straight to the goal and like scoring it like was? And that one time that you actually went for it, I was like on the edge of my seat.
By the way, I think in the stream doesn't look very close. Peter, like Simon and Ethan,
it felt
turned
close
around
when I was there.
Like Simon and Ethan turned around to me and went like, "Well, do that again."
Yeah, it definitely felt close to me.
But yeah, I mean, it wasn't a great shot, but
I thought it was.
It was, but I had a bit of a struggle because it was Theo or Chris playing balls in behind for speed. So he's obviously insanely quick, and they're insane at passing. So it was basically me just doing shuttle runs trying to catch up to him, which I did do at one point. Granted, he slowed down to cross the ball in, but
hey, a win's a win. Do you know what? I was going through it as well, because I don't know if the Sidemen team took this into account. I think that maybe next time they should. There was you and one other person that had a mullet there, so it was extremely confusing for me. I would cheer, get excited.
Well, when Laserbeam got the ball,
whoever the hell he is, he needs to grow up and get off the pitch, because quite frankly it was irritating me.
Lannon, I love you.
Lannon,
I would be a little bit disappointed if you mistook us when we were on the ball.
why was he bad?
I don't think he did anything. So
Right, okay, fair. Maybe that's why I was so confused then, because one second you'd be doing something and then the next second I'd just see you running around aimlessly, but it was obviously two different people.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a bit difficult for me, but I got through it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. You should be so proud of yourself.
It was genuinely insane. Like when you're actually in it and you've got the ball at your feet, or you're like making a run, or you're defending or whatever, like everything's just noise. You don't really like take it in. But then once the ball's gone, or the ball's gone out or something, and you just sort of like snap out of it and you look around, it's just like, what the fuck am I doing?
Crazy.
Like, what actually am I doing? Like, I'm not good at football. I'm nowhere near as big or like well known as everybody else on this pitch. I was just like, this is just like it was very surreal and just insane.
But I think that's why it's so entertaining, because again, for me as someone who doesn't necessarily enjoy football that much, way more entertaining than a normal football match. Oh my god, there was a goal like every 5 minutes. People like stropping, like Speed looked so furious and like did a temper tantrum every 2 minutes. Highly entertaining. But Logan Paul being a weirdo, like drop kick, like grabbing people's legs, and like that was crazy entertaining.
Oh yeah, they
doing like wrestling
did
moves.
It suplex.
Yeah.
Him and Joe. Yeah.
No, oh my god, so entertaining. And I mean, who, like, you were chosen to be a part of that team for a reason. Put some respect on your name, George Clarke.
Pal.
You deserve it. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Yeah, so good. What were you feeling then when you first stepped out onto the pitch? What thoughts and emotions are going through you?
Literally, I had Mark Rober behind me, I'm pretty sure, and we were both just like, this is it. Like, what the hell is going on? And I've got it videoed. Like, the vlog might be out by now. And we literally just go out and it's just like, what the fuck? Like,
Crazy.
why? Like, why is this even a thing?
Wild.
And I go line up, do the handshakes. I think I missed about 9 of the handshakes. There's what? There's
How do you miss that? What, like you went in and you just like
went in and it was like really like awkward, and like because I had my camera in one hand, and I was like going in just like completely fumble the one with Speed, and then someone else is next, and then like Sketch is there, and I just sort of just brush his hand a bit, and I was like, I really hope the camera has gone off me at this point, because I'd like lost all like motor function in my hand and was just like caressing people's fists as they were going by.
God.
But no, I then just went straight to the bench, just chilled for a bit.
Fun though.
Yeah.
So cool. And you were only on the bench for like, what, 10 minutes and then they brought you onto the
20 minutes,
pitch?
actually.
20 minutes?
Yeah.
And can we talk about the screams when he got announced?
Oh my
on
God,
the
yeah.
pitch?
When you got announced to come on, screaming throughout the stadium, mostly me, but incredible
No.
screams. No, it was so amazing to see. Like, I absolutely loved it. It was just so cool.
It was just like, it's just so strange. Like, I didn't notice any different. I thought everybody was just getting like a scream. I'm sure they were. But I like ran on and like Ethan and I think it was Ethan and Toby just look and they were like, cool, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, this is so like strange.
So cool. What did your family think?
Yeah, they were loving it. I think my sister posted a vlog on TikTok.
Oh, I've seen your sister was an influencer for the day.
Yeah.
She was feeding the girls.
Yeah.
Talk about your mum's t-shirt.
Oh yeah, my mum.
Oh my God, your mum loves a novelty t-shirt.
Wait till you hear this.
Oh my God.
I love my mum so much. She did. So you know the t-shirt she made for the tour.
Yeah.
It was anything but useless.
Yeah.
She got that same t-shirt, and she printed Clarke 8 on the back. But I think she must have like ironed it on herself because it was like peeling off a little bit better. And I go in to see them in the friends and family room, and she's like, "Oh, Georgie," like, and then I said, and was like, "Oh, turn around, show Georgie Tom," and she turns around and goes like,
Oh, bless her.
Yeah. But it's so strange because I literally haven't played football since I was like 11, and then just done like some five-a-side stuff, and then I think one charity match, two charity matches which were 11-a-side. So yeah, this was literally my third 11-a-side game. So they've not known me around football really since I was like 11. So they just it's quite funny because they were just like as weirded out by it as I was. Like how I'd never really scored when I was a kid either. So they were just like, yeah, it's just quite funny.
Oh, so cool. What when you're all like in the changing room? What would you call it?
Yeah, changing room.
Yeah, when you're all in the changing room beforehand, was there any like cool conversations happening there? Did you get to meet everyone on all the different teams?
Yeah, well, we were each in our own little team. Firstly,
Right.
the change rooms, obviously it's Wembley. Like they're insane.
Whoa.
Like we walk in, everyone's got their name literally printed like professionally, like above their shirt.
Wow.
Their shirt hung up. All of like the different like match shorts and socks and
Yeah.
different like Lynx cans and everything all over the place.
Whoa.
Your boots laid out for you.
Oh my God.
There's a fridge full of Prime. There's like
course.
fruit and stuff. There's masseuse beds with the masseuse next to them being like, "Oh, do you need any help?
Did you
like,
get a
have you got any injuries?" No, I still think I've had one massage in my life, and it was for Chip's video.
I've only had like two, I think. Creep me out.
Yeah, I feel like I probably should because I do a lot of like activity / have done in
Live
my
massages on the pod, anyone?
life.
that's too
Don't get
weird.
ideas.
You're both on massage beds, getting massage, but doing a podcast.
I mean, that could be quite good.
Not happening.
Right, carry on.
But yeah, then there was like ice dunk tank things.
Oh yeah.
There was like, it's just like insane. But yeah, like I don't know. It felt like because we got off the team coach, which was just outside underneath Wembley. Which, by the way, I feel like so much is coming flooding back. Pull up in the coach, just a huge like just horde of people, sort of camera out, being like, "Get out of the way, George! I want to see KSI LGBT." Go in, get out the bus, and then walk in, and there's just like this whole just like room of people with cameras like filming and taking pictures of we walk in like into the change room stuff. It's
wild.
just like, yeah, it was literally like living as a footballer for a day. It was just
Yeah.
insane.
Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah, completely fucked every shot I took in the warm up as well, which I've seen some lovely videos of on TikTok. Thanks for that.
You scoundrels.
But yeah,
Did you have any? Is there any like? Is there any behind the scenes fun conversations that stand out to you that you had with people? Were you like fangirling over anyone?
Mark Rober, just got on like quite well. Just a nice guy.
Yeah.
It just seemed like really up for it, and like you could tell he was really sort of taking in the experience and was like, this man's huge. But he was just like, this is like so
Don't
cool,
body
and he was
shame.
like really like getting involved. Shush. And any behind the scenes. I mean, had quite a few nice conversations with Logan.
Really?
Yeah, which I didn't expect. So I was like, oh, he's just huge, but probably just have any time for anybody. But no, I had like just spoke about him having a new kid, what that's like.
Oh, wow.
And WWE and stuff. He literally played the match on Saturday, and then yesterday, so Monday, so literally 2 days later, was at Madison Square Gardens for the WWE.
Wow, that's wild.
Like, that's such an insane. Like, he was like strapped up, all of his legs and everything, like completely, so they just couldn't break.
Yeah.
But I also, everybody had a spare shirt, and everybody took theirs, but his, and it was just like hanging there. So I've just got Logan Paul's shirt.
That's a great souvenir.
I just nabbed it, and I was like, it's just a funny thing to have.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
What size is he?
Extra large.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Yeah.
Just a huge man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd spent a lot of the time just with Harry, to be honest. Yeah, we were getting on the coach, and he goes, like, we were walking on, everyone's like sitting down, and he was like, please sit here, I don't want to sit next to a weirdo. So we just sat down and yeah.
How
No, it's just such a like strange, like surreal thing. Just like Mr. Beast in the middle of the bus, just like chatting about his next videos and stuff.
Did you get to speak to him?
A little bit. Not the most conversational man in the world.
I've seen he looks a bit weird in the nicest way possible.
Let's not call him weird.
No, as in like not very sociable.
No, he's it is an interesting little chap. And it was very, very fun. Went on a stream with Jason and Ginge and Jinxie. I think they're all streaming at once. We went to Goals. Like, we were all invited, but me and Simon were like, I don't know if I really fancy it, but I'll go.
What is that?
It's like a five-a-side football place.
Right,
we just hire like the like little pitch. So Jason had hired the pitch, and they're like, "Oh yeah, do you guys fancy coming along?" So I was like, "Simon, I'll go if you do." And he was like, "Let me push my haircut back." So we went, and me, Simon, and Freezy felt like so out of the loop because they were just all streamers, like doing streamery things. Just had the camera out, just constantly like performing for the camera. Like,
Did they film themselves, or did they have a person?
Had like a
that films
videographer. Ginge was just holding his phone as he was doing it. Then we did 5v5 UK versus USA, except the people from the UK were only allowed to walk.
Oh, right.
And we beat them 3 times. Each time we played them, we beat them.
Why were you only allowed to walk?
Because otherwise, we still beat them to try and make it. Yeah,
right. Okay,
if we had to run, it would have been insane.
Because the US don't play.
Yeah, they don't play football. So
our version of football. Yeah. I get you.
So yeah, it was just. That was quite funny, but it made me. We all literally left. Like, I felt so out of my depth, but like that was actually like really good fun. I kind of want to do more of that sort of stuff.
What, like playing football?
No, just like stream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was just like a good laugh.
Do you think you'd want to get into
but
that?
I don't know if it was because it was like the novelty of it, because it's like a one-off and they're there like doing it.
Circumstantial.
Yeah, but no, I've got my PC arriving soon.
Oh.
So I should have it ready, hopefully, to stream soon.
Oh, so are you going to start streaming?
Is the aim, yeah.
Like live streaming?
Yeah, as opposed to non-live streaming, which is just called a YouTube video. Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
So
that's interesting. I didn't know if you would ever want to get into that.
No, I'm gonna give it a little go because
yeah,
it's just good laugh.
Yeah, I guess so. What sort of stuff do they do then? Is it just like all constantly talking to the people?
Like just reacting to videos, sort of playing games, just in calls together, just all sorts, whatever they think of. Some of them would do like IRL stuff. I don't think I'd ever get into IRL because in the UK that's seems just like a death wish, to be honest. Not a death wish, but like got stream snipers getting all up in your grill. No, thank you. But no, insane experience. Like from start to finish, it was like the whole thing is just so surreal and like, why is this even happening? This makes no sense.
So cool though. I mean, it's amazing that the Sidemen choose to do that with their platform, I think, because they're in such a position that they can just choose to dick about all the time if they wanted to, which to an extent it is, because like you're basically just being like, look, we're so rich and famous that we can just choose to do this with our friends and have and raise money for a good cause off the back of it. But that's playing it down like
Yeah.
massively. The amount of work that must go into organising something
insane.
like this. The amount of like even people like you choosing to participate in it, like, and raising that amount for charity is mental.
Which, by the way, just a final thing before we move on. Have you seen? I don't know if you would even know who he is. There's a guy called Joey Barton who's an ex footballer. He did a tweet about the charity match.
Saying what?
I'll read it out, except all the expletives. You're gonna get it up, yeah. The expletives we shall sort of try and read around. Right. So I did a reply to his tweet. Because the guy's a moron.
Wait, so explain to me, who is this guy? Is he a current football player?
He's an ex footballer who is known for being quite opinionated about like female pundits and
What's that mean?
So like female ex footballers sort of talking about the game. So like he's very opinionated on what he says.
In what way? Like against them?
Yeah.
Dickhead.
But so this is his tweet. I will obviously not say all of the words that he's chosen to use, but
Do you want me to say the swear words?
I mean, feel free to say them yourself. He says, "How was Wembley rented out a week before a League Cup final for the R-word bowl?"
The what ball? Oh, as in like. Really? Can I read it just so we're on the same page?
RET.
No.
Fucking embarrassing. Those clowns shouldn't be anywhere near the hallowed turf, especially the big fat fucker in a bandana. Game is gone. R-wordos everywhere you look. Some of the very worst football I've ever seen. So, a word that you're not allowed to say, El Plastico, but...
El Plastico. Can I just read it? I'm never going to get that.
Say it out loud or cut it out.
Oh, okay.
So he said that, and immediately, obviously, everybody was like, "What?" Somebody on the coach on the way out was like, "Have you seen the tweets?" And everybody was like, "What a knob!" And it's just insane because it's like obviously we all 100% respect that Wembley is quote unquote the hallowed turf. Like we at no point are like, oh yes, we deserve to play here. If you ask any of us that day, we'd be like, this is insane that we're allowed to play on this pitch, and like how YouTube and streaming and everything has got to this level. But it like, and if it were to be like, oh, we're just doing it for a kick around for a laugh, it'd be like, okay, maybe you've got a bit of a point. That being said, it is a stadium that you can rent, which
100%.
the Sidemen did, and they spent Simon said they spent an insane amount of money on it.
Yeah.
But they've also earned £4.7 million for charity,
Yeah.
and you're saying that it's embarrassing, the game's gone. It's like, it's not meant to be a show of how good football can be,
100%.
or like trying to get signed up for anything or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's not meant to be like an all look at us. It's meant to be a group of people that people enjoy watching. You might not enjoy watching them, but a lot of people don't enjoy watching what you do. So like when people are like talking about that, so it's like, it's just a group of people that people enjoy watching who've come together and done something good for charity, and it's paid off. And the reason it's getting media attention is because that gets clicks. And the only reason that he said that is because he knows it's going to get views.
Absolutely.
You wouldn't be speaking about it if it hadn't made an impact. So it's just like insane that you. And then do you know what's better?
What?
Ginge then replied to this on stream, sort of saying how insanely stupid it is, in much more expletive language, in true Ginge fashion. And then said, and it's even more insane because your son came over and asked for a photo. Joey has then replied on a podcast and been like, "Oh, it's not because he thinks you've got talent and you're really clever and you're going places and you're you're inspiring. It's because he wants a photo to show his mates to show he met you." It's like,
again,
why does it even?
Why does it?
Why does it need to be? Where is this bit? Does he think that people know who he is because he's inspiring, intelligent, and like?
Why does it matter? Like
because he's jealous.
It's clear that So you've said that he's come back and be like, it's funny that your son's taking photos of us and you're saying this. Oh, but that's not the reason though. It's not because you're clever and inspiring. Does it matter? Your son still wants a photo of him,
who was
and
claiming
it just
to be
shows
clever and
it just shows the impact that people have and the reason why
100%.
this was a success. It doesn't need to be like a whole, oh, my dad's bigger than your dad.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm incredible at football.
What
Check
a
this shit
moron.
out. It's just like,
What a stupid
it's
take.
it's so embarrassing.
Oh, it's so embarrassing that footballers come to this. Like, all of these people. That's basically like, gone were the days where people like me got paid millions and kept the money to ourselves to perform on that pitch. Now these assholes are doing it for charity. Like, what?
Yeah,
okay, you look like a twat now.
But
What a stupid take.
Every single person there is very aware of what this event is. Nobody's being like, oh, this is the new football.
And everybody
Like,
who comes, I went to that event, I can tell you that the general vibe of the audience was to be entertained and raise money for charity. Nobody was there like, oh my God, there were no like scouts in the audience like looking to see who's going to be in the fucking Premier League next year.
I think it comes
stupid.
from like a sense of the whole YouTube boxing thing. I understand why people's standpoint is like, this is bad for boxing because it's not showing it in a good light. It's a dangerous sport, that it's not done for charity. It's like sort of bringing down it, like it can be seen as bringing down sort of a sport to a certain level where these people are getting paid more than people who are earning loads of money for it. I can see that side of the argument. I may not necessarily agree with it, but I can see why that standpoint may be made. With this, none of us are getting paid. Number one. Number two, people who actually play football are getting paid very handsomely to do so.
Absolutely.
And also, everybody is very aware that this is a sport. It's not like we're trying to be like, oh, we are football. It's like, no, this is very much what football is. And the reason everybody loves football is because everybody can get behind it. It's very easy to sort of understand. And that's why the charity match works. And that's why it's made money for charity. I really don't
100%.
understand the narrative of it being embarrassing and calling every slur under the sun.
The only thing that is embarrassing about this situation is that he is a man in his late 40s who is spending his spare time attacking people raising money for charity, using a sport that he is supposed to love and have a legacy involved in. Like, that is loser, jealous, pathetic behaviour. I guarantee if he was asked to be involved or on the pitch or anything to do with that, he would take it up, because guess what? His son would be like, Dad, oh my God, I love all these people and you need to do this, you need to do that. Like, he is a loser, big fat dork.
By the way, if he sees this, I know it will rattle him and he could potentially be inclined to try and say something back. And
Come on, bro.
I already know what you're going to want to say. Who are these guys? Who even are they?
Yeah.
Does it even matter? We were the people that were there. I've scored a goal at Wembley. You haven't.
Wait!
And to
Listen.
and
You don't even want to know. You don't even want. Listen, if they fucking let me on that pitch, I would have scored goals as well. So what's he called?
I wouldn't go that far.
Joey Barton.
Screw you, Joey Barton, you big
And
loser. And I saw a little picture of you and you have a shit haircut, Joey Barton.
To what you will try and say to Max, just be careful because you don't want to use any more slurs than you already have.
Yeah. And listen, any slurs that you would call me, I probably get called it in my daily life, and sometimes it turns me on. So you can't even go there.
I could just see it already. If he did even want to address it, just, who even is this guy, like, saying all this sort of stuff? He thinks, you give a shit about if you
Clearly
are,
you
like,
do.
Clearly you do.
Clearly you
I
do,
don't know,
Joey.
It's just
Oh,
just embarrassment.
Joey.
Give us your best shot, Joseph.
Yeah, go on, Joey. Cry, Joey. I bet that your son would ask for an autograph. Loser.
He probably wouldn't. He wouldn't have a clue who we are, but either way, funny.
What a dick. Sorry, carrying on.
Anyway, now that's got us all riled up, I've just had a quick sip of my coffee. That's that me iced latte.
Oh, really? Because guess what? That's that me espresso. I saw Sabrina Carpenter at the weekend.
Oh, goddamn no heckin' way.
I expected you to be there, to be honest with you, but you did have a lot on, so fair enough. But yeah, she was amazing. She did. Do you know her whole, like, have you ever tried this one position thing?
Oh, I've seen those many, many times.
Oh, I bet you bloody have. She went into the crab. Go on then, Sabrina.
Oh, I have not seen that one.
She went full into the crab. Also, that girl is teeny tiny, like minuscule. She's so tiny,
Like 5 foot.
Yeah, if that even. I think
She does seem small.
she's very small. Like, you can tell that her dancers are even specifically small people.
How tall is Kylie Minogue? Is she the one that's really small?
Kylie Minogue is very small.
Really small, isn't she?
Yeah. When I met her, she did have big heels on. But I'd say she's got to be just under 5 foot.
Height 1.52 meters. What is that?
No idea what that is.
That's not an tall amount of
No.
height. Is it?
But yeah, Sabrina was amazing. She sang many, many songs. Her show was actually really cool. Do you know sometimes if you go to a concert and it's just like song, song. In a similar way that we did with the Useless Hotline podcast tour, we tried to like make it
4'11".
Oh
Damn.
wow,
Sub
she's
5 foot.
tiny. Bless her, little Kylie.
Nice work, Kyle.
Yeah, she made it like this Sabrina TV, and it was like an old TV set with like the giant cameras, and there was moments where like the camera would be on her and it would come up, and like very sexual as well, which I love. Like I love the fact, yeah, you can take it or leave it, I'm sure. But yeah, there's this one scene where she is singing that song Bed Chem.
I'm familiar.
I bet we'd have really good bed chem. Yeah. And she's like on a bed, and then she closes these curtains, and then you just see a shadow of her, like basically shagging this guy. And there was fully 7-year-olds in the audience.
I'll stop talking about that now. I'm not interested.
But no, so good, so much fun. Her outfit was amazing as well. She had like a little Union Jack towel.
Hell yeah.
Really cool gal. Really cool gal.
That is cool.
It is cool. I was half hoping that you would take your shirt off and it would say like, Sabrina, did you see that? Or whatever it was going to say. That was for you, Sabrina.
No, yeah, I forgot my shirt to put underneath. I literally had it in my bag packed. I had two different types of shirt vest to wear, just in case one was like not a breathable material. I just left them in my hotel room. And he only scored 1 goal, Simon, that match. The fucking pussy.
Oh yeah, because that was your plan, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
But I'm kind of glad I didn't do it, because I don't want to just like sort of steal his moment. And
I get what you mean.
Get in there and make it about you.
Yeah, I get. I know a lot of it is about content, but
maybe,
I think it's also about uplifting the people that actually get it.
Yeah, maybe next time, if there is a next time, I might be able to do it and show him what's he's seen obviously what's printed on my shirt on the outside, but then I can lift it up and show him what's printed on my shirt on the inside.
I'm trying to work that out. I'm lost, but I yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry, Callum's put a sign up telling us to start speaking about inside, and I truly was like trying to work out like, well, you'd have to put the text backwards if it's going to be like.
Segue, if I'm honest.
My segue skills are crazy. What is this? 2012? Was that when hoverboards were a thing? The little segways? I don't know.
One more tiny little thing on the charity match. It made me want to curl up and die inside.
I know the camera was on the changing room. All right, I didn't think it would be there. I needed to warm up beforehand.
Oh, God. I felt so bad for Max Fosh when his thingy didn't work.
Oh, that was after the match.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was soul destroying to watch.
Yeah, bless him. But he did get the clip.
He did get the clip.
End,
it worked out in the end, and it was only like a good 20 seconds of like soul destroying cringe.
I did feel bad because he told us beforehand what he was going to do, and that Clattenburg was in on it, and he'd been messaging him the day before and stuff, and he had, like, I won't sort of give the whole story because obviously he's going to make a video about it, but no, it was did feel bad for him, but he did get the video, and nobody gives a shit about what happened beforehand because he's got that tiny little clip, and that I'm sure I haven't seen, but I'm sure would have gone super dummy crazy viral.
Yeah. But speaking about things, emotions on the inside.
No, don't worry. Speak about a yellow card going on the inside of a shredder.
You are going to be on Inside Season 2.
Hey,
Woo! One thing after another with George Clarke.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Getting good at... No, I was going to say something really...
No, go on.
No, I was going to say like... Oh, we might cut it out because I feel really disgusting, but I was going to say like getting really good at sucking off 7 men at once is really paying off for you, but... I didn't want to say that.
Well, it's been done now. So,
yeah, I did say it. No, really, really proud of you. I am so very proud of you. You are not only going from performing at Wembley Stadium, but you are now going into a global arena on Netflix worldwide.
Oh, can't wait to see what Joey Barton's got to say about that.
Oh, yeah. Screw you, Joey. Bet you're not on the show.
You're not doing it for the fucking greats of TV like the Love Islanders. He's not even Geordie. He's a Scouser, but like...
So excited for you. You filmed this a few months ago.
Yep. November. Which is why I can finally say I wasn't at any of Arthur Hill's shows. I physically couldn't been there. Anybody who knows myself would know that I would break a fucking bone to get there. And I've literally said to him for his next tour, of obviously Stella Artois, that I, if possible, want to be at every show.
Really? That's
that would be a cool vlog.
That would be good fun. Cool I would really enjoy that. I doubt I'd be able to be at every show. Yeah. / would he even want me there?
Yeah,
but
I was going to say. That's a lot. Maybe like coming on a bit too strong.
Which, by the way, he's absolutely smashed it with the ticket sales.
Really?
I think I could be pulling numbers out my ass here. Like 5,000 within the first hour or something. Wow. Went like he's that could be a lie. That might be lying, but
I believe it.
He's sold out all of the shows original capacity and had upgraded the venues stuff. Wow. It's just sick.
Good on him.
So cool.
He's doing Brixton Academy, isn't he, in London?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's
I think that might be sold out
5,000.
That might be sold out now. If it's not and you want to get tickets, do check out Stella Artois, because by come November, boy's going to be freaking global.
Oh, that's so crazy. So exciting.
Anyway, inside.
Yes, inside. So I caught up with you very briefly just after you had finished filming the show, because weirdly we both happened to be in New York at the same time, if you remember that. And you looked like you'd lost about 2 stone.
Yeah. I think in just emotion.
Yeah. And you briefly, obviously you couldn't tell me anything. That NDA is strong and powerful.
Oh, yeah.
But you told me everything that happens from start to finish. No, you didn't. But you said it's looking like it's going to be an amazing show.
It should be very enjoyable and fun. I think obviously everybody's been announced now. I think a lot of people, when they think of like a cast that they'd want, they think of like, get him from Sidemen videos and him from Sidemen videos, and then get fucking GK Barry because she's in the UK scene, and then get this. And it's like, well, all these people actually know each other, so it doesn't really function well as a reality TV show, because you need personalities to clash, or like differing points of view, or to quote Jonah Hill in his slam poetry scene, specific point of view on things. And yeah, you just need different people who haven't met, so you get the interactions, you get them trying to figure each other out, and you don't get just like, oh, we're all mates on the outside, let's get rid of buddy Shaniqua who's just been involved. Like, do you know what I mean?
Also, if you are all meeting each other under these strange circumstances, it allows for you to bond with people quicker, because you feel like you're all on this even playing field. If there was 3 people that really know each other, you would instantly feel like an outcast to whatever group that felt like, and it would just disrupt the entire group environment.
Yeah.
I think it's such, especially in a show like that, where it's like half reality, half like a competition game show sort of thing. You need raw emotional reactions to things.
It's raw.
Yeah.
I didn't really know how to feel when I went in. But I guess everybody will see tomorrow when the first episodia drops. What?
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to watch it.
And also by now, I hope my video would have come out of me leaking everything. Oh shit! Did I tell you I was doing this?
I just did see you leaking everything, but I didn't know that you were doing a video about leaking everything.
What did you see that I leaked?
Oh wait, well, you told me that you were gonna like post a picture from the charity match and edit the cast in the background.
Oh, did you zoom in on any of my photos?
No, I didn't. No.
Right. Okay.
Did you do it?
I'm gonna do some fun little experiment for you now.
Okay.
So basically, the idea of my video was, the whole narrative is that influencers all the time say, like, oh, I've got something exciting coming up, but I can't say anything about it. And it's like, shut up! I wanna know. And I had to do that all the way up until February. And then they said, oh, wait, it's another month. And I said, no, I'm going to let everybody know in a way that won't get me sued by Netflix. So
wait, context there. The show was supposed to be coming out at the end of February, but they pushed it back a month.
So, obviously, I was doing stories and stuff. One of them was, I won't give away everything. I'll just show you one fun thing. Actually, go on my Instagram. The final thing I did was the carousel just before the inside post. Oh, getting up. So the carousel just before the
it's on there.
Just before the inside post.
Okay. Yeah.
Every single one of these photos has a hint that I was on inside. Okay. But the one that I find funniest that nobody picked up on was if you scroll along one more. Actually, no, a few more I think it is. Yeah, keep going.
Oh, I saw that one just there.
That one.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, I've just noticed.
I can see someone editing there. Yeah.
So,
there's someone there.
Yeah, Joe is in that photo twice. So Joe Weller was obviously on the Inside Season 1. Right. He's in the crowd, just watching the game in his clobber from Inside Season 1. And on the left-hand side as well is Specs just sat in his tracksuit. By the way, absolutely nobody has clocked any of this shit. Wow. And that's just one of the photos. People did figure out at one point that I put 2 stories out that said the word inside in them. And they went, oh, he's trying to leak it. Oh, got him. You think you're clever, George? Well, you can't pull the wool over our eyes. Ha! I did. Oh, you think I didn't want you to see those? You think that you could get behind? Oh, he's definitely seen another one that I've just done there.
Me?
Yeah, look, have a look at that photo while I tell the audience off. You think I didn't want you to see those? Oh, every single goddamn post that I did in the last week was teasing inside, and you had no goddamn idea. You clocked onto the ones where I said inside. You buffoons, buffoony individual idiots.
Oh my god! So it's the actual promo.
That was actually on the pitch.
It was on the pitch.
Edited?
I edited that in.
Oh, you edited that in?
Oh my god. That is so stupid.
Oh yeah, baby.
Oh my god.
We go through all of these to show us.
I kind of want to want people to watch the video to.
Oh right, yeah.
See all of them. The video will be out by now.
Oh well, they'll still watch it.
Cool. Yeah, then.
Yeah. See if I can work it out.
Okay, so if you haven't watched the video, go watch it.
Yeah.
But Max, go through, see if you can.
Wait, so there's one on this.
There is something that is a hint that I was on inside in this picture. Okay. It's not the most obvious hint in the world.
Right. Okay.
Oh, I've clocked it.
Oh my god.
That is pretty shit, but I've clocked it.
Yeah.
Right. So wait. You had like a specific hoodie on. Is that edited next to you?
So next to me is me in an inside hoodie.
Right. Okay. Okay. Right.
Next one. This one is, unless you've seen the sort of clobber on inside, you wouldn't really get.
Okay, the clobber. Does that mean like clothes?
What I will say is, look at what Lachlan in the background is wearing and what Chunks is wearing. And what differs. Bear in mind they're at the same angle, so they should have the exact same kit on. Okay,
does his have the word inside on the right leg?
So on the right hand short of Lachlan, he's got the YouTube All Stars logo. On Chunks's, he's got Sidemen inside, the one that's stitched into the
right. Okay.
Stitched into the joggers.
Did you Photoshop these yourself?
Yep, big time.
Did you? That's so.
This
good.
one, there are 5 hints of inside of this one.
Okay, Christ. God. Okay.
Best is nobody's found them.
Okay, I've seen something weird.
Yeah.
It must be linked to it, but the logo on the floor has definitely been tampered with.
Oh, basically, I in order to make sure they're all fitting in perfectly well, I generative filled the bottom. So that's That is edited, but that's got nothing to do with it.
Oh.
Right, okay.
And nobody's clocked onto that either. That the Sidemen logo is not even saying Sidemen. It says like Sim. Or something like that.
Yeah. Okay, right. I'm trying to really think here.
This one isn't very obvious because I knew people would be zooming in on people's faces and stuff because there's
Yeah.
loads of them.
Is it the names along the back? Has one of them been changed? To
I was thinking about doing that, but I feel like that would have been like really obvious.
Yeah, okay. then.
I will let you know.
Yeah, go on. Tell me one thing.
So hanging up behind them, there is 4 inside hoodies.
Oh yeah, because I've just clocked this one right here.
Yeah, there's one there.
yeah.
There's 2 there. There's one behind
Oh my
Logan.
God,
and
that's
then
so
if you
stupid.
look underneath Cal Freezy's left hand,
Oh yeah, I saw that, but I thought it was like a
that
bag
is
that he
an
was
inside bottle.
Oh, so stupid.
This one,
Right, we know
Seen
that.
that one.
that one is the advertising board. It previously said something that was like, it says like E and an A on it. I'm not sure what it was advertising. But then I just took that off and put inside on. Just blurred it out and nobody's clocked onto it. It's
Oh my
literally
God.
massively there.
Right, is there one on this?
Yeah.
Okay, is it the people? I'm looking at the people behind. I'm not seeing anything from the people behind.
Right corner person.
It is the bottom right corner person.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is Castillo from season 1.
Right.
Watching on the front row. This one, obviously you've seen Specs
Oh,
and
right,
Joe
okay,
are in
yeah.
this one.
Ah, yes, yeah.
Yeah. That one, there isn't one in that one.
Okay.
And then this final one is the most genius one that I did.
Right. Okay. But is it that thing in the bottom left corner?
It is that thing in the
Oh,
bottom
right.
left corner.
What does it say?
Yeah.
I know what that is.
It's the keys to room 19, which is the diary room on inside.
Oh my
on
God.
on the little thing, it says room 19, and I typed it in and I downloaded a handwriting font and changed the perspective so it would sit perfectly on those keys. They weren't there originally in the photo.
Oh my God.
And popped them in,
This is brilliant.
and absolutely nobody has clogged any of it.
Oh my God.
Oh, but
wow.
you said inside. You said inside. Yeah, I did. And I also did a whole heck ton of other shit.
Oh,
So check out that video if you want to look like a buffoon.
I love that. I love that so much. So stupid and
I spent
unnecessary.
3 hours editing all those photos.
I'm shocked it didn't take longer, to be fair. They're really good. Okay, then. So, Inside Season 2, it is out the day after this episode drops.
Hell yeah.
Um,
Monday 17th.
Firstly, George, I want to get your thoughts on your housemates.
Yeah.
On your
Yeah.
housemates.
Family, I'd call them.
I want to get your thoughts on your Inside Season 2 family members before you did this experience with them. Okay, so
like what? Like,
did you know who they were? If you did know who they were, what was your opinion of them?
okay.
Okay, first up, Sinner.
Sinner, I wasn't aware of who she is, except I've recently found out she's quite a big streamer. She's a
wow.
streamer from in the US. I believe she won an award soon after the show.
Oh wow.
For like biggest, like best up and comer or something at the Streamies. That might be a lie, but there you go.
Well done, Sinner. Well done. Up next, PK Humble.
I was aware who PK Humble was. I played against him in the pitchside versus the club football match at the Millwall Stadium. He's an funny guy. Does sort of like Channel 4 and sort of does like similar stuff to Specs. You know Specs? And was also just like a good footballer. So that's PK Humble.
So is he an actor or is he a comedian? sort of?
Just like an internet personality, kind of sort of Nella Rose, sort of Chunks realm of like
Right.
just companies get him in
Just funny.
to do a big fun laugh.
Yeah. Fab. Oh, so were you excited to be doing this with him?
I wasn't. I didn't know what to expect from him because I'd never actually like probably met him. But yeah,
So you were intrigued.
I was
Interesting.
intrigued.
Millie McLaughlin.
I know Millie. We get on well. Didn't actually know each other were going in though,
Oh.
so was a surprise to see her.
Yeah, lovely girl. Met her a few times. She's very nice. Maya Mills.
I'd never actually heard of Maya Mills. She's a sort of Instagram influencer, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Brilliant. Jason the Ween.
Jason the Queen. Again, didn't actually know who Jason was, but he's a Twitch streamer, like one of the FaZe lot, because FaZe have recently rebranded from like gamers to just like personalities and streamers. And he was obviously the one that was at the charity match,
Yes.
who I did a fantastic job at pretending I didn't know.
Dylan Page.
Dylan Page knew who Dylan was. He's the most difficult to place accent in the world, just behind Cal Freezy. And yeah, he's News Daddy, people call him.
Yes, him and Millie were the only ones that I knew going into it, and you, of course. But if you don't know him, his TikTok is massive. He is like an on the ground, constantly putting out content, like reporter. Basically.
Oh, and he made it very difficult to tell that he was going on Inside by dropping a post saying,
wild. Did he get in trouble?
I'm going in somewhere where I can't have a phone for 1 whole week.
That was crazy.
It's like brother.
Because I obviously knew that you
no
were doing
contact for the rest of the world, and you're like, mate, what we're doing here?
I obviously knew that you were going in.
Yeah.
And then I saw that post, and I was like, oh, so are they just allowed to say? Because I was like, George made it very clear to me to not say a word, like it's top secret. So I was like, I guess they are allowed to say.
It did like 1 million likes.
Yeah.
Like, it was huge.
Did he get in trouble for that? Do you know?
I think he'd done it by the time they saw him, so they were like, just don't keep posting about it. And then just sort of came back with, I'm back. You're like, bro.
Oh, God. Mandy Vicali.
Yeah, she is one of the Vicali duo. She's sisters with Anna Vicali, who's on Love Island. They do a podcast.
Yes, they've got
I believe
the podcast.
Sisters in the City, is that what it's called?
Maybe.
Might be called that, I believe so. But I'd only seen clips of their podcast before.
Yeah.
But I thought she was quite funny. She's very loud.
Yeah.
Which I was worried about. But I was like, she seems like she would be good content.
Yeah, she does seem very funny. I've also seen clips of their podcast, so I guess I actually did know who she was as well. But yeah. Whitney Adebayo.
I didn't know who this person was, just because I've not been watching my Love Island.
So she's from Love Island.
She's from Love Island, yeah.
Right, okay. UK?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks.
Oh my God.
That was quick. That was good.
Jesus Christ. Oh God. Oh. Right, so you had no impression of her before you went in?
No.
Fab. Last person, Farrah Shams.
Farrah, I had seen her on my TikTok. I didn't realise immediately when she walked in, but then I was like, oh no, I do know this gal.
Wait, yes, you told me about her. She's the one that like shouts in public.
Yeah, she's the one with a little spatula, mic on top, and then just sort of has no social anxiety.
Yeah.
Which I kind of like respect, but also I could never do that.
No, it makes me want to curl up and die. But I mean, good for her. Wow. So this is quite crazy. I mean, you've been sitting on this information for quite a lot of time.
Oh yeah, big time.
And now it's finally happening. How do you feel about the fact that it's going to be shown to the world?
I don't know how to feel. That was very Dylan Page. I've just turned into Dylan Page at this point.
What do you like?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. It had to come out at some point. So yeah, I'm excited until I'm not. Depends what the reaction is, isn't it? That's.
I mean,
let's see what happens. Hey,
at its heart, these types of shows are less about like, you know, trying to tear people down and stuff like that, and more about gameplay and actually making entertaining content.
Yeah.
And I know you very personally. Obviously, that sounded weird. I don't know why. Yeah, I didn't mean to make it weird. Sorry. But in my, limited but powerful. In fact, I don't have limited experience with you. I literally see you once a week for the past 2
absolute
years.
Hell.
In my experience with you, I cannot fathom a world where you would come across as like an evil, nasty person. You only reserve that behavior for when you're with me.
Yeah.
So I just think it's going to be amazing. I'm so excited to watch you in a show like this. I know that you do a lot of stuff with the Sidemen and stuff like that, but this is like major. I'm so proud of you. I cannot wait. And for anybody who doesn't know, could you explain the premise of the show?
Basically, 10 influencers, one house. You've heard of it before on the Sidemen channel, but this year it's coming to your screens on Netflix. It's Inside Season 2. Woo! The premise of the show is there's £1 million in the prize fund, except the contestants will be staying in the most basic of conditions. They will be eating rice and beans and have no commodities to their name.
Is it rice and beans?
Rice and beans.
Wow!
In order to Indulge. These contestants may have to use money from said prize fund at the menu in the shop. Will it be $17,000 on a piece of chicken?
Wow.
Who knows? All we know is it's gonna go crazy.
Oh my gosh. So, in non-dramatic and more easily explained terms, if you want something like food, water, not water.
Water, yes.
Food, any luxuries in life, like comfort in any way, then you can have it, but you drain
comes at
the
a
prize
price.
pot for
Yeah.
everyone else.
And there's also challenges each day where money gets taken away if you lose. And there is the temptation room. You may ask yourself, George, this seems quite easy. What is the temptation room?
Yeah, what is
I'll
it?
tell you what the temptation room is.
God, tell me.
Each inside contestant may get called upon at any time to go to the temptation room.
There you are.
Once in the temptation room, they will be faced with a decision. Do they take the temptation at the fate of a certain amount of money leaving the prize fund? Or do they stick with their fellow insiders and not take the temptation? Max Balegde, will you be tempted?
I would 100% be tempted. All that I know, I mean, obviously it's weird as well that we've been doing this podcast together for coming up to 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And we both just done reality television shows.
Yeah.
Which I think if you would have asked us a year ago even if that would be something that we would think we'd be doing or be interested in doing, I think both of us would say no.
And clip literally just came up on my TikTok of somebody saying, "Oh, was he already confirmed for Inside at this point?" Of the first Inside had just finished, and you asked if I would go on, and I was like umming and ahhing, and I was like, I don't know, I think maybe, I don't know. But no, I wasn't actually confirmed at that point.
Weren't you in talks to be doing a different like online reality show around that time?
I potentially could have been, but you know, it just didn't come into fruition for whatever reason, and maybe it was written in the stars. Because
look what came around the corner.
Yeah, then got sort of message from a Sidemen producer who you'll know and love, and she just said, "Fancy a call?" Called me, and then basically just went, "Do you want to do Inside?" I was like, "Oh, I thought there'd be much more of a process to this." But yeah, no, it was pretty cool.
Very cool.
Pretty crazy.
It's really interesting that I have literally obviously just done I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, and actually at the time that Inside was supposed to come out was mid to end of February, when I would have, if I got all the way to the end, just left the jungle.
Yeah.
So we had this like dramatic plan for like me to leave the jungle, then start watching Inside, and then do this, do that, and it all didn't end up happening because it got pushed back. Thank God.
But
I think I would have
also-
had a panic attack.
Also, it meant when you came back and you were like, "Oh yeah, I was put into a hotel and I wasn't allowed to speak to people about it, and I had to keep it secret from people, and this is my experience of going into the challenges and living off rice and beans and having to speak and interact with people that I'd not met before." And I was like, "Yeah, man, can't relate. That's crazy. What the hell? Could never be me."
Acting skills, 10 out of 10. I find it fascinating that you had to eat rice and beans as well. How mad. I wonder, it'll be so interesting for me to watch your show and see like the similarities and the differences.
There definitely are some parallels. Obviously, I'm not comparing the Inside sort of house just in a TV studio compared like to the South African jungle, but there were differences.
I think with these shows, what people cannot really grasp or ever understand through watching it is that the biggest trial that you will overcome is in your own head.
It's life.
It's life, baby, but it's the emotional and mental impact that it has on you.
Yeah.
And I think that we'll probably relate to each other a lot in that regard,
Yeah.
as opposed to like, this was really scary, or this was really hard, or this challenge was really difficult.
Yeah. Also, that people always say it from like a Love Island perspective, because you're always like, how the fuck can these lot just fall in love in 3 days? And it's like, you are seeing 3 hours of their day.
Yeah.
Like if it's on every night, yeah. Like there's
The
so much.
episodes are 3 hours long.
No, the episode. So 3 days. How do they fall over 3 days? Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So there's like you're seeing an hour of each of their days. There are 24 hours of the day. Obviously, not actually a lot of them are spent sleeping, and the rest of them you are literally living with this person.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I fell in love in there. I'm just saying
but it's
like,
an instant bond.
There's so much that you like won't see that's maybe made you go like or like there's so many underlying things that won't even be like brought up to where like people might go, and then people are like, why the fuck does he give a shit? And it's like, this is the only thing I know at this point in time.
Yeah.
High pressure. I've been living in this scenario, and this is the only world that I goddamn know.
100%.
Yeah, it's
like,
crazy.
Honestly, you saying that exact sentence, "This is the only world that I goddamn know," is a perfect. It sounds ridiculous and so dramatic, but honestly, when you are in there, you have to realize this is your world.
Yeah.
You can't see outside of this world. You are with a bunch of people that are having this bizarre, extreme, intense shared experience with you. All that you talk about is probably being there, or like the outside world. It feels like the outside world is something that you're never going to see again, like whilst you're in there. And it's intense. It's so intense. I don't know about you, but the moment that I left the producers and I was just with my campmates, I felt this instant bond to them. Like we were some sort of weird family, because you are the only people that are going to relate to what you're going through forever.
There's still stuff that I want to say right now that I can't to relate to your point.
Interesting. No, I'm excited.
As soon as, what's quite funny is I'm gonna save this.
Okay. Yeah.
We can leave it there.
Yeah, we'll leave it there. What I'm really grateful for is that you have given me a reason to try to stop talking about I'm a Celebrity to get me out of here.
Wait, you went in the jungle?
I know I don't talk about it a lot, that's the thing.
Yeah.
But I was planning to talk about it more.
Yeah.
But now I feel like, you've got all that going on. There's not really much point. But, just clip together every single time, upwards of 10 times per episode that I probably bring it up.
I can imagine it's quite a tough thing for you to do. It puts you in a sort of bit of a like dilemma-esque state.
100%, yeah. I mean, it really is a big dilemma to have the attention not on me for a period of time. So maybe we should just run with that theme and actually take the dilemmas of our lovely listeners.
Oh, take that dilemma. Oh, you want to take that D?
Oh, didn't enjoy that.
You
right,
penis.
I'm going to set our dilemma to print.
You struggle with the TV like far too much for somebody that watches a lot of TV.
I don't know if I explained it, but we've now got a TV on our set that Callum uses to send us messages, and every time I'm really struggling to grasp that.
Oh, I'm a genius with it.
Yeah, you are.
I go
You're
crazy
really
on
good
that
at it.
thing.
Yeah,
you really you're just you're a little goggle box. You are.
Oh, I am. You've got me right there. You've got me. Right, I'll read out this first one.
Read out.
Hello, George and Max. Hope you're both well.
Thanks.
I'm living in Australia at the moment, and I was speaking to a boy a couple of weeks ago for a few months, but it ended because he's moving away. When we were talking, he introduced me to his friends so I could have people around me I knew for when he leaves. My dilemma is that I think I spoke to the wrong friend. One of the guys he introduced me to was the absolute most beautiful specimen I've ever laid eyes upon, aside from Arthur Hill and George, but I'm playing it cool. I'll just go and kill myself then. When we were out... An ugly fucking fat white bitch over here. Sorry about me. Sorry you have to look at me every now and again. What's your name?
Hey.
Didn't even give
Chill,
your name,
man.
you stupid bitch.
Hey, it's not about you.
Yeah, clearly.
This is about me.
It's literally not about me. When we were out, this guy in particular kept speaking to me, and I saw him out a few times since we were introduced, and he always makes an effort to come over and chat to me. He also said that whenever his friend, the one I was seeing, speaks about me, he always hears the things I say in my accent. Am I the worst... I don't know what the fuck that means, by the way. Am I the worst person in the world if I start seeing his friend once he leaves? How does one approach this situation? Lots of love from Perth.
Wait, so cute name, is this done? Or what were they? Were they just speaking? What's going on?
I think that they were speaking, and then he's going to whatever country.
What, forever and ever, amen?
I believe so, or at least the near to distant future.
A saying I like to live by is out of sight, out of mind.
Oh, okay.
Especially when it comes to relationships.
Yeah, big time.
So,
me and
no,
Andrew have that rule.
Oh.
Shagging left, right. In the jungle, I was
left.
shagging non-stop.
I think
the
personally, if you're just talking, like, so if you're just talking, you're like, oh, this is going somewhere, then he just fucks off, then it's strange. But if there's like a connection that you cannot deny, and you're like, oh, this is crazy, and I'd like maybe speak to the guy and say like, look, I want to be honest, this is happening. Like it's not a nice feeling, but you can't fight true love, man.
I mean, you have to be willing to lose not only your relationship with him, but his friend's relationship with him.
Yeah.
Because if he turns around and is like, how bloody dare you both do this? He's probably going to be more pissed off at his friend. He's also going to be pissed off with you. And if you value that relationship and you want to maintain contact with him, I would probably steer away from doing this without having a prior conversation.
I think it's an interesting one because he is clearly just leaving. I don't really know what... You can't be like, oh, I'm going, but...
Well, I know someone who was
chill.
in basically this exact same situation. So it's two friends that were from the UK, both went travelling in, let's say, Australia, separately. One was travelling for like 6 months with this boy that she met solo travelling, like really loved this boy. They were like shagging non-stop. They were basically speaking together whilst they were travelling around Australia. And then her friend from the UK also goes travelling around that same area as she's about to leave. So she's like, let me introduce you to this guy that I've been speaking to. He's really lovely, so that you're not alone while you spend your first few days in Australia. Then this girl, within like 3 days, starts shagging him. And then the other girl finds out, and now them two are travelling Australia together. And this girl's just in the UK like, that was my best friend. And now she's shagging the guy that I was shagging, that I introduced her to, that I thought, yeah, we live in opposite sides of the world, but like maybe there could be something in the future. And now that's just out of the window, and I feel betrayed by my best friend. So that's kind of a very similar situation.
I think it depends on what the scenario is with the person that's leaving. If they're like, oh, I'm leaving, but I would love to keep in contact, see where this goes. If I might be coming back in a but even think about it. Even if you're just talking, like they're not together, and he goes like, oh, I'm fucking off, but I'd love to keep in contact, see if something can happen in like a year or so. Like you can't expect somebody to just.
Of course not, but equally, you can't expect someone to wait.
Yeah,
but
not
equally getting with their friend is a bit
I was gonna say
crazy.
like don't get with the friend.
Yeah,
but you can't expect somebody to just sort of sit there and wait.
100%.
So it is a very interesting scenario.
Interesting dynamic.
I'd say if there is a potential future with said man that's left, don't go anywhere near the friend. If man has fucked off for life and you've left it like, oh, that's us done. Maybe speak to a man who's left and said, look, I'm thinking about pursuing something with your friend. If I hope that's okay.
I think the ball is more in the friend's court.
Yeah.
It's more on the friend. Like that relationship is pre-existing before you were even in the picture.
Yeah.
And therefore, he should have a conversation with his mate if he actually fancies you. This is all based on the assumption that he fancies you just because he said one thing about your accent. You could be the ugliest fuck in the entire world. In fact, you probably are. So, sorry, I'm just hurling abuse at you because you didn't say that I was attractive, but whatever.
That is I'm very interested by that. I feel like there needs to be more context clues as to how was the situation left? How long have you been speaking?
Yeah.
Were you just quote unquote speaking?
Yeah.
Was this friend, were you speaking to this friend before he left? Did you at any point say, oh, don't worry, did he ever at any point say, oh, I hope you don't fancy my friend? Or like, oh, don't worry, you don't have to worry, even though your friend's proper fit and hot and sexy, I don't want to go near him.
Where would you rate him in attractiveness out of 1 to 10? And then where would you rate yourself? Better yet, where would friends and family rate you? And then strangers off the street. I think that we need to really, to narrow down this, we need to get a good, accurate picture of just how attractive or unattractive, possibly in your case, that you are. I think,
I don't know.
It almost feels like you've got, an inflated sense of ego here. And maybe you do just need to be, put down a little bit, so to speak. You could be the biggest rotter that the world has ever faced. and you know, you're messaging into the Useless Hotline based on the assumption that this man who you've just met wants to madly fall in love with you. Well, also, who's to say that the guy who's leaving the country isn't leaving the country because you're in that country? He could be around you and be like, fuck this, I literally don't even want to be on this side of the world anymore. So you could really be the problem here, and I think that you need to take that into consideration.
I don't know if I entirely approve of that message.
Oh, right, fair enough, yeah. There's that too. It could, yeah.
I
You could
think
just be in love with each other.
general rule of thumb: don't go shagging your mates, mate. No, you don't go shagging your flings, mate. If he's, I feel like I need more context for this in order to come to a real conclusion.
Send us like go around the streets, do a quick poll with random members of the public, get them to rate him out of 10 on looks, personality, maybe like, you know, get your parents involved so that you could see what your future offspring would look like. Do the same with him, and then we will give you a more informed opinion as to whether or not you should go ahead with this.
Where is this? What is this little like thought process? What are you running with here?
I'm just trying to work out if it's one-sided or if they actually have a chance with this guy. And also, they didn't say that I was attractive, so naturally I hate them.
Right.
I don't see an issue with that, really.
Yeah. Hey, right back in. I want to hear more on this story.
Yeah, let us know. I think I've just emailed you. Oh wait, no, I've not.
You are so bad at this. It is insane.
Oh, for God's sake.
Well, but if you were to indulge in a relationship with this man, I would say always practice safe sex and make sure you wrap up. Speaking of, Max, I think that might be the end of the episode.
Oh my God, I think it might be. Also, I was joking in case you couldn't tell by my tone of voice. I'm sure you're beautiful, but if you are unattractive, I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to bring attention to it. Yeah, we should wrap up, shouldn't we? The episode. That's what we should do.
Indeed, Max.
So if you liked the episode, what can they do, George?
Oh, if you like the episode and you are watching, make sure to do just that and give it a like, subscribe, ring that notification bell so you're notified every time we upload. If you are listening, give us a 5-star rating. Please, I would really like that. If you download it, you can listen to us on the go. And I would also like that as well. If you want to send in a dilemma, like previous person, what can they do, Max Balegde?
You can do so via our email, theuselesshotlinepodcast@gmail.com. Please send in some voice notes, as we love to hear our phones ring. Also, please vote for me for that award. We will put the link in the bio to the award that I am nominated for. I'm up for British LGBT plus awards for internet personality, and I would love your vote. It would mean the world. Online influencer. Yeah. Make sure that you check out, obviously, George on Inside Season 2, streaming tomorrow on Netflix. So until next time, George Clarke, I am so incredibly proud of you. It's such an honor to be so involved in your life throughout this incredible period of it. And I have so much love for you, and I am just excited to see what's to come.
Stop it, you're far too kind.
Oh,
thank you very much. I appreciate you.
Oh, lovely. Right, until next time, we'll be outside, because will the whole show be finished next Sunday?
Yes, by the time the episode comes.
Yeah, wow.
Oh, shenanigans.
Wow, so you're going to be inside this week and outside the next, baby.
Oh.
See you there.
Oh, shenanigans.
Oh.